Okay, good afternoon. We are live. We are live. Good afternoon, everyone. Lady Victoria here, your worthy method coach. I hope that you are having a wonderful Thursday, that you have had a wonderful Thursday so far. We're nearing the 5 o'clock hour, and many of you will be getting off of work and going home to enjoy your families and have dinner and sit back and relax. Whereas I will still be at work until tomorrow morning on this job. But all things change and all things happen in due time and season. But listen, I wanted to jump on and share Thursday's thought because today is Thursday. I want to share my Thursday thought with you. And I've been thinking about this for a little while. We always, especially in today's age of society, we make sure that we take care of our health. With so many things going on in the world today, we make sure now that we eat right, that we're eating healthier, we're eating vegan, or we've become vegetarians. We're trying plant-based diets. We're doing whatever it is we need to do to take care of our bodies so that we look good on the outside. That people can walk up to us and they say, "Hey, girl, you're really in shape." We have a six pack and our arms look good. We want Michelle Obama arms and all of those things. So we make sure that we take care of her. The makeup is good, the hair is good, the nails and all of that. We do all of that to take care of our external bodies. But what do we do about our other parts of ourselves? How do we take care of our mental and emotional well-being? What are we doing about that? Enter into relationships oftentimes, and we're good and we're happy as long as everything is going well. But then when it's time to exit the relationship, we get out, and before we can heal, before we can allow ourselves to recover, good afternoon, thanks for joining. Before we allow ourselves to recover from any of the trauma that's been going on or that went on in the relationship that we were in, we're quickly looking for the next relationship to jump in before we allow ourselves to heal. Why then do we put that burden and that weight on us? We carry everything from the old relationship into the new relationship. Why? Is it because we are afraid? We are afraid that no one else is going to come along? Or are we afraid of being alone? Are we feeling just stagnant in our own lives and we feel like that being with someone else in a relationship is going to help to make our lives better? We take care of the outside, but we oftentimes neglect the inside. And really, if truth be known, truth be stated, when you're unwell internally, with your emotional well being, your spiritual well being, your mental well being, when that's not on point, it will manifest in your body in other ways. So, jumping into another relationship is not going to help fix what's going on with you emotionally. Jumping into another relationship is not going to help you to shed the pain and the weight of what you were bearing, what went on in that relationship. Just getting into another one is not going to help things. It's not going to change anything within you. You are the one that have the power to change what's going on with you mentally and emotionally. You have to be able to get to the root of what is going on and attack it there. We can't just do it on a surface level, people. It's not going to work for us. So, if you actually need to go and seek therapy, then go and seek therapy. Maybe you need to talk to a counselor, then go and talk to a counselor. Make sure you're speaking to the right counselor, though. Talk to a relationship counselor if that's what your issue is. That's the person that you want to talk to because you want to be able to pull out of you those things that's really causing you to repeat this cycle of behavior. Because if it's something that you've done religiously over and over again, sorry, adjust my lighting. My little phone holder is broken. It's not staying up there, so I'm actually holding the phone this time. But anyway, to get back to my point, when we are hurting, you want to heal before you move on. When we are hurting, you want to heal before you move on. Any of you know when you go to the doctor, when you go to the hospital, hey Beatrice, when you go to the doctor, when you go to the hospital, they don't send you home if your temperature is over a certain point, right? If you're in the hospital and you've had surgery or what have you, they're going to wait until all of your vitals are at a good point. They need to wait until they're normal before they send you home to finish healing. And when they send you home, they're going to give you a regimen to practice while you are at home to continue healing. That's why we go home with meds. They say you're well enough to go home, but you still need to take this medicine for the next 10 days. Take 2 pills twice a day. And then they'll tell you, and drink plenty of water. Whatever their healing regimen is for you once you get home, they will tell you that. And so you have to exercise that so that you can become complete in your healing. That's for your physical body. So why then do we neglect our emotional part of ourselves? We're just ready to jump into the next thing that looks good or feels good before we're really ready. You're not healed from whatever trauma you might have gone through. Maybe it wasn't something that was really big. Maybe it wasn't a big deal. But have you sat down with yourself and even thought about what it was and why things went the way they did? Was it something that you did or something that you didn't do? You need to address those issues before you can get into the next relationship, before you can go and do the next thing. So, our emotional health is very important. It's just as important as our physical health because our emotional health plays a part in our physical beings. So that's why it's so important to make sure that we are healed and that we are whole. And don't do it for the other person. Do it for you. Do it for yourself because you need so then the other person needs you to be healed. The other person doesn't even know about your trauma until you expose it. They don't even know that you're traumatized until you expose it. And if you haven't gone through the healing process, you will expose it. It will expose itself. It will jump out. It will shout out. It will scream. It will cry. It will fall out in the floor and have a fit because it needs to be healed. Those are signs that, you're unwell in that area. And so instead of keep putting a band-aid on it by jumping into the next relationship or jumping into the next feel good thing, it's time really to do self-surgery on yourself and find out where the fault lies. Now, if you gave your 100%, you gave your all and everything like that in the relationship that you were in, and you still walked away hurt, you know, it's seldom really is in relationships, seldom one side. That the person did to you, but how much of it did you allow? How much of it did you enable? And you say, well, that wasn't my problem, Victoria. I didn't do any of that. I gave all I had, and I gave him or her everything that they needed. Was that the right thing to do on a consistent basis? These are the hard questions that we have to ask ourselves. Sometimes we don't want to because we don't want to face the truth behind what it is that we're going through and why we're going through it. And especially if it's something that's cyclical, that has been going on for years and years and years, you find yourself, then you can best bet that the first thing you need to do is do a self anger at someone else. So this is my Thursday thought for today, and I just wanted to come on and share it with you as we're nearing the 5 o'clock hour. Some of you are getting ready to go home, and so those of you that are, I pray your journey mercies on your way home on this afternoon. And I will likely see you again tomorrow or this weekend. Lady Victoria signing off for now. Remember, your benefits you more than it benefits anyone else. Just my thought on this Thursday. I'll chat with you again soon. Bye for now.